Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin? Charles Darwin? What does he have to do with it? Hi guys, and welcome all of you to Monty's Chat Common Sense segment. Hey, haven't been talking a lot this week. I've just kind of put on the brakes with all the Black Lives Matter and all the commotion that's going on in America with the riots and all those things that are happening. But last night I was watching the news and I just said, God, I got to say something else. So I'm going to say one more little itsy bitsy little thing. Hey, guess what? When going back over my life and thinking about what's happening with America and the kids and worldwide, you know, the young people, and especially the African-American young people in the States. And what's African-American? Oh, I want to get out of that habit. Black Americans and all the white kids and young students and going to college and all these kids that are being heavily influenced by college professors, let's say the Marxist teachers and professors in America right now, from preschool all the way up to university, grads, PhDs, masters, and all those things. They're being indoctrinated. And I just wanted to just share something. It really breaks my heart to see the black youth, or many of the young people out the street rioting and causing all these things to happen. I know America is on a trajectory that leads to hell right now, and it looks like it's not going to change. But in the meantime, I'd like to just share this little thought that maybe in hopes that a few people will become more aware of what's behind all these this political upheaval in America right now. And I want to do it live because I just want to give the Lord a chance to speak. Whatever comes out of my mouth, I just want to share this with you. And it all started with this. I want to tell you a little story. I was a biology major. That was my major in university. And everything was cool. I love science. I still love science today. I love them. It's awesome. And all the breakthroughs that we're making nowadays in biology, and it's just astronomy. It's just astounding what's happening nowadays. And well, anyway, when I get to college, I just want to tell you this little story. When I got to college, I was just so excited, biology, and it was just like so turned on, like, whoa, I'm in college. I'm going to be a biochemist. That was my dream. And, well, everything was going pretty good. And just tell a little story. Everything was going pretty good. I did pretty good in the sciences, and I loved them very much. And everything was going really great until I had to write a paper on Charles Darwin. And, man, when I studied Darwin's theories, evolution and things like that, it was just like, wait a minute. You mean all the things I thought that there's God and we were created by God, and there was heaven and earth that made by God, and Adam and Eve was made by God, and we were, there was a family, and there was a, design, man and women by God, male and female, right? So then I got into evolution, and my biological teacher was like really heavy on it. After like 3 or 4 months, like 6 months, let's say the last quarter, like shortly after January, I came back to school, and I was like, I cannot, after reading and researching all his theories and all the things on evolution, because in South Carolina, the teachers are like, okay, we have to teach you this because it's a part of the school curriculum. I remember my biology teacher, who was a mortician, Miss King. She passed away years ago. But she said, okay, we have to teach you this because of the laws of school curriculums, that we have to follow the school curriculums. But we know and we believe that we came from God. So, you just went through school and just did that. But so in university, it's like they don't know you, and they're here to preach that message of Darwinism, and that's all there is to it. And if you don't follow that, and if you don't believe that, and if you don't promote that, you are out of here. Down in the tropics with mosquitoes everywhere. That's what I'm fanning. But anyway, so there it was. And I was so freaked out. It blew my mind. And that just changed my life drastically. And I went through a traumatic experience, and I just said, you know what? This is over. And you can watch some of my videos for what happened to me later. But then I was just thinking about what's going on nowadays and what's happening in America with the kids and the rioting and everything. And basically, we are following a trend of thought that leads to, the Black Lives Matter. And I'm sincere kids really want change, and they're trying to do a lot of things for the better for Black America. But all the rioting and all the stuff like that is kind of like, it's ridiculous. It doesn't change anything. That really, it won't. And it won't. The only people that are changing things are the people, the movers and the shakers, who have the money to control all of us. So basically, I want to make it clear that it's a lie. And all these people who are Marxists are following the teachings of Darwin. And, that's not belief in God. So why in the world would I follow a belief in law? Let me tell you something. Here's a thing called a lie. There's a definition. So when I realized that people were lying to me, and I had a lot of many lies that came out, I was just heartbroken. I never forget the first time someone told me a lie. My uncle told me a lie. The first time I was a little kid, I was like 5 years old. I got to tell you this first, okay? I was 5 years old. I love DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and all that stuff. And so I wanted to be Birdman, right? I was like, yeah, wow, And so my uncle told me, he said, look, I have a way that you can grow wings. I was like, what? I'll never forget this. It changed I was 5 years old. He went out the yard, pulled out some leaves and put some little berries on trees and made a little brew, stirred it up. And he said, drink this every day, and I tell you, in a week, you're going to have wings. I drank it every day faithfully. After a week passed, I said, hey, Uncle, blah, blah, no wings have come. I think it was 4. And then after that, no, take it, he said. Take this, man, and you are going to grow wings, okay? Second week, finally, my mom or somebody said, listen, this is not going to make you grow wings. And I realized it was a lie. And my heart just went, I was heartbroken. So it's just like people are telling you, oh, just keep doing this, and life's going to change for Black America, and life's going to change for you. And it's just a lie. It's a lie. It's not going to happen. So a lie is, back to the definition of a lie. A lie is an assertion that is believed to be false, typically used with the purpose of deceiving someone. The practice of communicating lies is called lying, it says. So the people are lying to us, and all the roads lead back to Darwin, guys. And if you read what Darwin said about Black people, now all of us in the scientific world, let's say just the scientific world, many people who are not Christian scientists, but the majority of the world right now is going down that broad way which leads to hell. And it's just want to read you this. So Darwin was a racist. Now, we're making a big fuss about racism in America and everything like that. And our whole educational system is based, let's say, scientific beliefs of how the origin of man is from basically Darwin, who was a ardent racist. Okay, I know it was back in the 200 years ago, and the state of mind of the world back then, it wasn't so bad. Okay, racism, slavery, it wasn't a big deal. But fast forward 200 years, everybody's like racism, and justice warring and everything like that. Okay, good. But basically, no matter what you say, everybody still, the majority of the world today is racing to a world that is based on atheism. And a world that believes that we all came from monkeys and rocks and a chemical reaction, boom. So all these poor kids out there in the street, are out there promoting basically a Darwinian worldview following Marxism. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, look, you see this guy right here? This is for really everybody to see. This guy, George Soros, is funding Black Lives Matter. How are all these black people and all these black organizations able to support all this stuff? Because most of us poor as hell out there. We ain't got no money. So people like this that everybody's freaking out about, we're following in the schools and his teachings. And we are promoting his doctrine of evolution. And everybody believes that one day, if the scientists get to Mars and wherever else they're going to go in space, that we're going to find out the origins of man. Sorry, folks. These people are lying to you. And if you continue to follow them, you are following a lie, especially black Americans who so, well, white people are doing this and white people. What does this guy look like to you? He looks pretty European, Caucasian to me. And he is funding all these organizations and helping. I'm not even going to say his name. You can see where he is. So I don't know. But so basically, guys, wake up to truth. Wake up to the reality. You're still on the plantation. And you don't control anything. You don't control the money. You don't control the government. And you putting these little politicians in is not going to change your way of life and not make it better for you. So I suggest, if you really want to know the truth, look it up. Read some of the things he says. I won't make it too long. So just snap out of it and realize that we are being pulled around by these guys, and our way of life is influenced. About 90% of our way of black Americans in America are being controlled by these people. So isn't it possible that you could just snap out of it and realize, man, if I didn't know Jesus Christ, if I didn't know the Lord Jesus Christ, I would be flipped out right now. But I know there's a happy ending, and I know that everything's under control, and he's going to take care of you. Well, I didn't get a chance to share about the college experience, but guys, remember, keep looking up to Jesus and not down. And stop following these people.